Hello, Twitch. Happy Tuesday morning to you. This is Rex, also known as KubaCon81, and welcome to the stream. Get the music out of the way there for just a moment. Oops. Well, we'll work on that later. Anyway, how y'all doing? Good morning to you. Happy New Year. It is the third day. Got a few things to go over. Got my coffee. Oh, yes. My delicious coffee. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So tasty. Right off the pot. Right out of the pot. Pardon me. Still hot. A little French vanilla creamer. Delicious. Like I said, got some things to go over. We'll get to them later. Oh, first thing this morning, thank you, Andrew Wombat, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Let's get cranked up here. How's the game sound? We turn them up just a little bit. Is that too loud? That's probably too loud. I can see it on the meter that it's loud. Sounds great. Thank you, lady. Welcome to the stream. Completely lost already. I'll just drive around the parking lot for 3 hours and then in the stream. Thank you for the alert, lady. Appreciate that. Oh, that's right. Today's the 3rd. You're back at work. I'll say again, thank you for dropping in for sure then. I figure out what I'm doing here. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I just remembered what I'm doing. Let's stop the truck. We need to finish the event, the Christmas event. Christmas reflections. We'll do something a little longer than that though. It's only 94 miles. El Paso to Socorro, that sounds good to me. Let's do that. You've got until the 15th to do this, and I only need, I think, like 7 or 8 more. I'm like halfway. Go over and pick this up. But as I was saying, you've got to the 15th to finish the event, so you've still got 12 days. You've got plenty of time if you still need to do some of these. I just want to go ahead and get mine done, get it out of the way. Like I said, I'm about halfway done. Lady and I did some a couple weeks ago on her Saturday morning coffee and trucking stream. I'll knock these out, and then we'll switch over to doing regular loads. I'll make some changes to the scenery as well here. Do something that I don't normally do, but for the interest of playing in single player, playing at 65 miles per hour because you're limited in speed, obviously, with World of Trucks contracts. Load Spectre in the back. Go back here and pick it up. Alrighty, there we go. This is the Res-Built 389, made by Alan Rez from Lady Bird Trucking. The skin is the Lady Bird Trucking skin for the Res-Built 389, created by Flu. Go over and get parked up for just a second. Yes, thank you. Definitely thank you for the follow. I probably didn't even say that. I am such a bad streamer. Really, I am. Hype. Thank you for the emotes, lady. So, we're going to turn traffic on. Put it on 2. Oh, I did say, okay. You had me wondering there. Did you hear that? I didn't hear that. I've got to check that out. Hello. Hello, Trinité. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing good, Trinité. How are you doing, sir? Just enjoying my coffee. Tuesday morning. Looks kind of rainy outside. I just now noticed something the truck's not doing. Give me just a second. There we go. How are you doing, Trinité? No, I am. This is single player. Oh, crud, that's not in there, lad. No, I'm single player. I'm finishing up the World of Trucks event. The gifts. I'm doing the gifts. Probably could have beat that lot, but no point in hurrying. Yeah, I'm doing these right now, Trinité. I still got, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these to do. Exactly, lady. Thank you. The police. All right, we'll get up to cruising speed. Hope everyone's having a good New Year so far. Like I said, I do have some things to talk about in a little bit. Stuff you already know. I mean, it's nothing new, nothing extremely special. Just want to talk about the dedicated servers a little bit. The plans for Lady Bird Trucking, new challenge. It's gonna that started January 1st, runs for the whole year. Kind of go over the previous challenges that were completed at the end of December, plans for that kind of stuff. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Exactly, Lady Bear. Exactly. And while we're doing that, we'll be doing this. We'll be doing our World of Trucks event, reflections, Christmas gifts, finishing that up. If I get that done before the stream ends, and I should, because like I said, I only need like, I don't know, 7 or 8 more. We'll jump to a maybe even jump on the dedicated server actually. Y'all give me just a second here. I just got a tornado warning. Okay. Yeah. Our thoughts and prayers for those potentially affected by that. Tornadoes are not anything you want to mess around with. I take warnings seriously. Watches, conditions. Watch. Okay, so if you're not familiar, and most everybody in the stream is, but if you're not familiar, tornado watches mean conditions are favorable or right to create tornadoes. And pretty much from March till September, there could be a tornado watch in the state of Kentucky because our weather is so dynamic and fluid that it's hot, it's cold, it rains, whatever. So conditions are almost always favorable for tornadoes here. Tornado warnings, on the other hand, mean there is an actual tornado either detected by the National Weather Service or a spotter or whatever. So those are the serious warning. Those are the serious parts. So watches, like I said, are just be on the lookout. There's thunderstorms rolling in. There's whatever happening that could spawn tornadoes. warnings are what you're definitely want to keep an eye on. And I take those seriously when especially if it's near or close to me. Yeah, 2 hours north of me is, yeah. Like I said, they are no joke. They are definitely something that you want to keep an eye on, especially weather. That's a whole other discussion. Weather here has been crazy over the past 6 weeks. We're running 60 and 70 degrees in December. I mean, it's 60, like 67 outside today or 66 today in January. That is so abnormal. It's unbelievable. That's fall weather. That's not winter weather. That's October weather, November weather, early part of November at that. But yes, definitely take warnings seriously. Like I said, thoughts and prayers for anyone in the path of that. Hope everyone is safe. If you are in that area, obviously get to shelter, get underneath the ground. If you're outside, get somewhere safe, please. It's absolutely no joke. Never actually seen a tornado as long as I've lived here. Have seen the effects of them plenty of times. They are an awesome display of power from Mother Nature. So we are rolling to Socorro with our holiday gifts. A little late, but hey, everybody likes toys, right? Maybe not toys, just gifts in general. As I started to say just a few minutes ago, got some other stuff to talk about. Dedicated servers, the new challenge that took effect on January 1st for everybody in Lady Bear Trucking and the Bear's Den. The summing up and distribution of bears from me, Lady Bear herself, in the upcoming Saturday morning coffee and trucking stream. The winners of the Snow Bear, let's see, which was the Iceland Challenge, the Golden Grizzling, get those taken care of. I will do a shout out right now though to our December Grizzlies. I don't have that list in front of me, but there was 14 Lady Bear Truckers who earned the role of Grizzly for the month of December. Very proud of you guys and gals, because one of them was me, Lady Bear. Fantastic job there. And I will try to keep it in my lane as I'm doing this. If you're just tuning in, you're not hallucinating. Rex is playing with traffic. Don't know why, because that card is coming off, but yes, Rex is playing with traffic. Normally I get enough of this in Lady's stream on Saturdays that it does me for the entire week. But here we are. There goes a Mustang. I'm not sure about this engine. Like, this engine is fine for, I don't know, probably heavier loads. I'm not crazy about the sound of it, though. So I might end up changing it when we get over to Socorro, which, if you are familiar with me at all, is pretty standard me changing the truck. normally it's the color, because I'll keep a color for about 20 minutes and then change it. But I'm always looking for that perfect combination of what I can look at for long periods of time and listen to. So normally the paint is the most often changed thing, the most changed thing on my trucks. Kind of busy here to be 3:30 in the afternoon. I don't know where everybody is headed to, but they're open. We I was looking in my mirrors there. We just completed a challenge in the Bear's Den for Golden Grizzly. And Golden Grizzly was you had to earn the Grizzly tag for 5 months out of 12. And I know that doesn't sound like a huge challenge. And for a lot of people, it's not. Don't get me wrong. But for some, getting Grizzly, which is 100,000 non-speeding miles, either an ATS or ATS, or a combination of both, I mean, that can be kind of difficult. I mean, because you've got, people who have full-time jobs. They've got lives outside the computer, as crazy as that may sound to some of us. They're not actually sitting in front of the computer for 10 hours a day, driving, as much as we may want to be. So getting Grizzly isn't, a surefire thing for a lot of people. That's my point. So while that might not sound like a challenge for most people, it can be a challenge for some people. So the Golden Grizzly was created by Lady Bear to kind of promote the fact that, hey, if you got Grizzly at least 5 months out of the year, then you're going to get a bear. And that will be given away, or the winners will be shown on, or told about it Saturday. I mean, the list is already posted in the Cheers channel on the Bears Den Discord. I mean, it's not like you're winning something. As far as I know, you get a bear if you did this thing. I was 1 month short. I had 5 months. Sorry, I had 5 months of Grizzly. I blame Tanks personally. You had to have 6 months total, I believe. You had to do half the year of earning Grizzly, so you had to do 6 out of 12. I had 5 months total. And like I said, I blame Tanks because that kept me from getting Grizzly. I know at least 2 months. All the more reason not to play. As if I needed another one of those. And then our Iceland Challenge bears, Snow Bears, you needed to do the convoy route, which was posted in the challenge channel, either before the 10th or be in the convoy on the 10th. You had to complete the route. It could not be race miles. It actually had to be finished, in real miles, real kilometers actually, because it was in Iceland, obviously. Hang on, let me make this turn. I'm blonde. I can't chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. So the Iceland challenge was a snow bear, and I think there's 3 of those if I recall correctly. I'm not Lady Bear, so I'm going to skip parking. You don't need to see me park. Rest assured, I can park, though. So anyway, as I was saying, snow challenge, snow bear challenge. I think there's 3 of them to give away. The list of people eligible for that is, I think there's like 7, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, something like that. So there's like a really good chance that you're going to end up with a snow bear. Hey, Hat Man, welcome to the stream. How are you today? I'm going to jump over here to the shop real quick. I don't know why I did that. I literally could have flew over there and saved like $30 or something, but whatever. I'm going to change this motor. Let's do something different here. Just don't like the sound of that one anymore. King of the Hill. No, we do that one in the stock truck. We don't need to take that here. I'd rather have a cat. 3408 800. 25-foot. Yeah, we could do that. For me, it's all about the sound. I don't like. I really don't care if it can pull. That is much louder than the other one, though. Hang on. Ooh. That is a lot louder than the other one. Let me turn that down just a little bit. I might not keep this one either. We'll see. But as I started to say, for me, it's all about the sound. I don't care how much power it's got because not in single player anyway. Because I'm not going to be hauling anything heavy in this truck. So for me, it's all about what I've got to listen to for the next, 2 hours of playtime. Anyway, we're 9 of 15, so we've got 6 more to do. Let's do another one here. We don't need to do long loads. Do short ones. Socorro de Santa Fe. It's, oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful. This is one of the few events where minimum distance is not required. So most four-wheeler trucks contracts require you to go 100 miles before they're eligible to be counted towards the event. This event was just pick it up from the city and deliver it to the city. It could be 90 miles, it could be 50 miles, it could be 1,000 miles, whatever. That's still loud, isn't it? If that's too loud, y'all let me know. Not trying to bust y'all's eardrums with the engine sound. Let's see where this trailer is at. Oh, there it is. lower my suspension. Way we can get underneath it. There we go, get it off the ground. Wow, it is busy out here right now. Look at this. There aren't this many people in Socorro. What's going on here? Like I said, folks, I can't drive and talk apparently. Hang in there with me. I'm still here. I'm still here. So my push-to-talk keys are on the wheel. And as Lady knows, as you're moving the wheel, it's hard to keep your hands on those buttons. So it, requires, not talking. I guess I could go to open mic, but you don't need to hear every little sound. Oh my jeez. Every little sound that I'm doing. I need to be paying attention here. So you start turning the wheel, and your buttons start moving on you. So when that starts happening, I've gotta move my hands and everything else. I'm gonna turn that down some more because that just sounds loud in my ears. Yeah, there we go. That's better. So, yeah, start moving the wheel. Start losing where my buttons are at, and requires me to be quiet for just a few minutes at a time. So I can't drive and talk apparently. Oh, now he speeds up. Really? Okay, I used to say the AI in this game was dumb. They're not dumb. They're exactly like real world drivers. Like They're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. AI in this game is absolutely perfect because they model real world drivers to a T. If you've ever driven a car on public roads in the United States, this is the real life stuff right here. It's almost uncanny how well they did with the AI in this game. Used to say they were dumb. They're not dumb. They're perfect. Anyway, I've got 9 of these completed. Well, didn't know I had that many done. I know Lady and I did several, but wasn't aware that we, were that far into it. I thought we had like 6 or 7 done. So I only need 6 more. This is going to be, after this one's done, it's going to be 5 more. And as I was saying back there when I picked this up, this event didn't require a minimum mileage. So most World Truck contract events require them to be 100 miles or 62 kilometers, whatever, as a minimum before they'll count towards the event. This one was different, and they've done this several times, depending on the event and what have you. You just need to pick up and deliver from a city to a city. And it could be any kind of mileage. So it could be 50 miles, it could be 100 miles, it could be 2,000 miles. For the sake of just getting them done, because I don't personally care for driving at 65 miles per hour everywhere I go, in ATS or ETS2 for that matter. Of course, in ETS2, anything over 62 is speeding. I do the short ones, like the shortest ones that I can possibly get. Well, maybe not the short ones I can possibly get, but short ones, 100 miles, 150 miles, whatever, just to get them done. Driving at 65 in ATS is kind of painful, actually. But we're used to running at 78. We're used to running at 79, even 80 sometimes. So you're talking about a 50-mile-an-hour difference from 65 to 80. It just feels like you're crawling when you're doing 65. We'll get this done. Like I said, then I'll switch over to probably the dedicated server, dedicated mod server. Maybe do a quick trip over there. Maybe stay in single player. I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't know. I don't plan these out, folks. We're flying by the seat of my pants here. We're just rolling along. We're taking it as it comes. Very little pre-planning for my streams. It's like, oh, get up in the morning. I feel like streaming. Let's stream. That's it. Done. Every now and then, lady or someone will ask me or whatever, and I'll be like, yeah, I think I'll stream tomorrow. Like that is probably about as much pre-planning as I do. Not a lot of thought goes into it, but lots of love, lots of attention, though. I appreciate you all being here, hanging out with me and chatting. See how fast that was? We just got 12 miles left on this trip. I love it. Absolutely love it. I don't know what the speed limit is through here, but probably more than 50 or less than 50. Engine brake use prohibited. Well, no check braking, folks. We don't want to get in trouble with the law. Guess I should turn the speed limit on the route advisor. Oop, see, look. Just that quick. Already check braking here. Gotta make sure I'm not running over anybody in my mirrors here. The one done. Hey, knocking them out, folks. We're knocking them out. 10 and 15. Let's keep rolling here. Santa Fe to Albuquerque. It's only 94 miles, but like I said, I'll make that even better. It's close. Safe travels, Trinity. Thank you, sir. Stop and get some more coffee here. Guess it helps when I'm in gear, huh? hook it up. See if we can get out of here. Might have been better off going the other way. Kind of a tight spot, huh? Okay, I promise I'll keep it on the road. Oh, me. Something I've got enabled, some mod I've got enabled has messed with the lights on this truck. To look into that. They should not be square looking. Let's see. I've got a mod in here that's doing that. It's so ugly. Look at that. Ugh. Anyway, see, this is number 11, so I really like the looks of this trailer, though. If y'all have not seen this at nighttime, it is so pretty. I'm like ladies. I like the gifts that were last year or 2 years ago. I think it was last year. Um, those were awesome. I love those. They could bring those back every single year, from my opinion. Like those were my favorite. The giant gifts on the flatbed or whatever it was. That was my favorite Christmas load. they could bring that one back every single year, and I'd be happy. That'd be it for me. I mean, these other trailers are nice looking and pretty and what have you, but that was the best one to me. But they want to keep it fresh, they want to keep it new, they want to keep it interesting, and I understand that. Speaking of SCS, by the way, they made a blog post. Actually, there's a couple of blog posts that they made recently. And it's not like this is a secret or anything, but the first thing I want to mention is that they've confirmed that Oklahoma will be the next DLC, which, I mean, that'll be kind of obvious, right? Texas was the last DLC. They're all the way down south for that column of states, so they'll start back up, which would be obviously Oklahoma. No kind of release date, none of that stuff. Teams are working on it, you know, blah, blah, blah. But Oklahoma will be the next DLC. And then just a few days ago, they had a blog post where they had been to, I think, the PACCAR manufacturing plants out west somewhere, I believe, or somewhere, and showed like the new Kenworth 680 and the new Peterbilt 579. And I'll just tell you, folks, and I mentioned this in channel, I am not a fan or a huge fan of the modern looking trucks, like the aerodynamic sloped nose trucks. I much prefer the old style 379, 389 Kenworth W900, you know, box nosed, long hood, boxy looking trucks, the old style trucks. Like that's just, you know, what I like. That being said, the new 579, the new Kenworth 680 look superb. I mean, they are just aggressive looking. Their headlights are very nice. They've got, you know, these aerodynamic parts to them that make them look just absolutely fantastic. And I can't find my gear. Hang on. So, you know, I'm actually looking forward to seeing these trucks in game and driving these trucks in game. So, I know SCS will do a fantastic job with them. Can't wait to drive them myself. That was the other little updated blog post that they did. That was over the Christmas break, and I was kind of surprised. Kind of surprised that they did that. And I'm going to change these lights here. That's hard to look at, it really is. This train yard's almost empty. It's kind of surprising. Normally there's trailers lined up here. We'll drop that one off. Seeking progress. 11:15. We're getting closer. It's been the Santa Fe. Let's not go back just yet. Oh, there we go. Albuquerque to Holbrook. We can definitely do that. Slowly working our way west. Holy jeez, 53 miles, really? Oh, I can't do that. It's a contract. Oops. I gotta drive 53 miles. I guess sit back and relax for just a moment. I drive over to this load. I should have been paying attention, I guess. See where this load actually. It's alright. Gives me a chance to focus on you guys. I'm definitely going to get out there and change that mod, though. Big, blocky looking taillights are ugly. Oh, good old red lights. Something with this truck. It's got a. It's got something going on with the torque curve there. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I wish I'd been paying a little closer attention. I wouldn't have actually selected this one 53 miles away from the pickup. The lady's absolutely just shaking her head and hands right now. But having to drive 50 miles to pick up a trailer, a box trailer at that. It's all right though. Albuquerque. Load's going back over to Holbrook. When I get over here and get hooked up to it anyway. Good on fuel, so I don't have to worry about that for a while. Limited to a snail's pace of 65 miles per hour. Lots of red cars running around the Albuquerque apparently. It must be rough being an actual truck driver and all this traffic. And this is nothing. I think this is on 2. There's barely any traffic out here right now, compared to what, you know, a real world Albuquerque would be offering a truck driver. So a while ago I mentioned something about the new challenge for Ladybird Trucking in 2023. Let me get rolling here. I'm in the wrong gear. That's why that was taking so long. Train go by. So the new challenge for Ladybird Trucking in 2023, because we just completed our Golden Grizzly, which was, I went over the requirements for that, and that's done. Winners have been, or those who completed that challenge have been published in the Barriston Discord and Cheers channel. Congratulations to them, by the way. So the new challenge is 1 million miles. Do 1 million miles in 2023. And again, that might not sound like much of a challenge for some bears, but you have to remember that there's like 1,300 Ladybird truckers. Obviously, not all of them are driving. Some of them are taking breaks. Some of them are playing other games. Some of them are, you know, driving when they want to, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying, you know, not everybody is doing 100,000 miles every month. The challenge, like I said, do 1 million miles in 2023, which, if you average that out, yeah, and this dude gets right up on my butt. Yeah, I think I previously mentioned that I can't talk and drive. I'll get back to what I was saying in just a second. So, a million miles in 2023, which averages out to 100,000 for 10 months. Now, obviously, you don't have to do that because there would be some drivers that will do 200,000 in a month. And there'll be some drivers who'll do 50,000 for several months and then put in a big month. I need to go straight here a little more. I blame you for that, lady. I blame you for that. Crap. Jeez, traffic is nuts out here, man. Anyway, they keep interrupting me like I'm having to pay attention like I'm driving an actual vehicle. I'm never ever going to get through this description of this challenge. Every time I start, I end up having to dodge something or back up or whatever. Okay, here we go. I'm at a stop sign. Take a look around. So the challenge for the fourth time is do 1 million miles in 2023. It's a U.S. built. Hello, Mr. U.S. built. Freaking red lights. Welcome to the stream. Okay, that bus is running it. Mm-hmm. See, that's what you get, bus. I'm just saying, that's what you. The car is fleeing the accident. I'm telling you, the AI in this game is perfect. It's perfect. I like their spot on real world stuff here. So 1 million miles, 2023, new challenge, Ladybird Trucking. Oh my God. Norwegian Bear, thank you for the gifted subs. Holy jeez, man. Just come out of nowhere. Oh, Mexi Drift, Cheese Whiz, Cool J Mac 99, Hatman, congrats Hatman, Andrew Wombat, brand new follower right there, got a sub, Trinite, thank you, Gas Flag, and the Reaper 814. I'm so miscombobulated right now, I don't even know what you're in. Pulled too far forward and you can't even see the light. Thank you for the gifted subs, Norwegian Bear, appreciate that. Boy, the way I drive in this game, it's probably a good thing that I don't drive a whole lot in real life. And it's probably an even better thing I don't have anybody riding with me when I do. Thank you, Norwegian, for the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate that. And you guys are so awesome. Thanking Norwegian for your gifted subs. Love it. Love the hype. Love the emotes. Thank you guys so much. Easily the best VTC on Trucksbook. Seriously, I've got to change these lights. Yeah, she's lurking me. She's got to keep me in line, Bill. she's 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 got to make me tilt the line, man. Again, thank you, Norwegian, for the gifted subs. Hello, Andrew Wombat, first time chatter. I know you followed a while ago, and I did thank you. And Betty thanked you, and I'll thank you again for being here. A little flurry of activity there in chat. I love it. Love the emote. Hatman coming in with all the Rex emotes. Thank you, Hatman. That is a fantastic way to start out 2023. Yes, totally agree with that. I've run into this issue before with the taillights being boxy looking, and I'm pretty sure I know which mod is doing it. And I just can't tolerate looking at it any longer. So after I do this load, I'm gonna go disable that mod and come back in. I'm sorry, but it just annoys me. If I wasn't driving with traffic, it wouldn't bother me at all. Like, it literally would not bother me. I wouldn't care. But seeing all, look at that. With traffic in front of me, the tail lights, the brake lights, the turn signals, and yeah, it's, can't deal with that. I love that everyone is talking amongst themselves in chat, having a good time. Thank you guys for being here again. I do appreciate it. Very much appreciated. Old Man Flu. Thanks for the berry modes. Welcome to the stream. If I'm missing anybody, y'all shout it out. Slap me on the head and tell me you're here, because I'm having a tough time driving and chatting. I can't walk and chew bubblegum. Y'all met me. You've talked to me. You know what's up. Like, I mean, it's just by the grace of God that He attached my head to my shoulders and left it there. Because if He didn't, I'd be in a world of hurt trying to look for my head every morning. Hatman's getting miles. Have more awesome words been spoken in Nutty Bird Trucking? I mean, really, I'm getting miles. I'm putting in the miles. I love it. Hatman's getting miles. This car is doing something silly. You're doing ETS. Oh man, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me like that. Just don't. Oh man. I can't drive ETS2 for more than a, say an hour. Because if I do, I'll never come back out. At least for, probably a month. It's just, mm, so gorgeous over there, and especially with Pro Mods. If you're on Pro Mods and ETS2, man, you are living the dream. It's so awesome. Me too, yeah, man. I like both games as well. ATS probably edges out ETS2, and I say that while I'm sitting in ATS. Only because, like I've said, I know the routes. Like, I know the roads. I can pretty much get where I'm going without having to look at the GPS a whole lot anymore. ETS2 isn't that way. Like, I've got to constantly look at my GPS, my map, or whatever, to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. So if I was familiar with ETS2 as I am with ATS, then I probably wouldn't drive an ATS as much. But as it stands, I do like the trucks over here a little better. Like I said, I like the old style among those 379, 389, W900s, and so on and so forth. But ETS2 is awesome. It's just, especially if you add Pro Mods on top of that, like it's just the level of detail. And I mean, they should. ETS2 has been out longer than ATS has, so it's absolutely gorgeous over there. I do get to miss my Scania from time to time, though, and I'll have to jump in and do a load here and there. We'll stop twice next time. It is good, man. I agree with that totally. Pro Mods TMP server is good. Um, I don't sing a lot of TMP's praises, but yeah, we won't get into that here. Speaking of, we drive from Amano to Murmansk. Oh, Kirkness. Oh man, yeah, you're doing some nice kilometers there. Wow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We did a convoy coming out of Kirkness one time with the lowboy trailers. Oh man, that just about drove us crazy trying to get out of that mine with those lowboy trailers. It was a sight to behold for sure. 3,600 kilometers. Oh yeah, that's that is one nice thing about having pro mods. You can get those really long distance long hauls. We'll unhook there. I think that's number 12. Yes, it was number 12. Let me jump out to Launchpad real quick here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I know which mod's doing that. Watch be disabled and it won't actually be the one. Pretty sure it was the double low boy mod that I removed last time that fixed that. Oh, hey man, thank you. Thank you for following Norwegian Bear. Just in case you guys didn't know, Jack or JCK921 is Norwegian Bear. That's his name in the bear's den. Get loaded back up here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that was the cause for the content change. Oh yeah, I moved the trailer, so it's yeah. I don't know if that'll actually make me move garages or not. If it does, that's fine, because I'm just doing the World of Trucks event anyway, so it doesn't really matter where I start from. Progressive thing. Uh, Starting down in Italy, man, they got so many tolls down there. Well, actually, it's not bad, I guess, in Italy. It's even worse in France. I think I've driven to Murmansk before. It's a nice trip. But so I started to say a while ago, we did a convoy going into Kirkness, and then we came out of, or tried to come out of the Kirkness mine, and man, those full boy trailers would not make the hump at the turn in. It was so bad. The the ability to lift the suspension with the airbag system. If we'd had that, like we do now, we could have got out of there. But at the time, we were limited to whatever the height of the truck and the trailer was. So trying to come over the hump, turning into the mine at Kirkness, we weren't able to get over that. Welcome to the stream. Saying thank you for the gifted sub. That's awesome. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's taking forever to do this content change detect, so it looks like it's probably going to stick me back in El Paso, which is fine. It's no big deal. Yeah, it looks like it probably stuck me back in El Paso. So let's pick up another contract. Yeah, we're back in El Paso. That's where my home garage is now. We'll start at Las Cruces then. How about that? No, wait a minute. Let's go from Walmart. We did that a while ago and had such a long ass drive. I bet this one is different though. I bet this is just as long to go pick up. No, are you kidding? I still have the blocky freaking light. Okay, well. Sorry folks, I can't deal with it. Trying to figure out which one it is though. It's gonna be fun. What do you think? Let's see, realistic vehicle lots by Franken. Realistic roads. It was one of, can't remember which one it actually was. Real Companies Traders Pack. I don't think that would be it. It might have been Realistic Roads. We'll take that off. We'll put the lot mod back on there. It might be just the positioning in the mod list. So there is an order to some things, like some things need to be above some things, other things need to be below something. In the list, to make them work correctly. I'm just giving a look over the Barristan Discord, which if you're not in, feel free to join, ! Discord. We are a community of gamers, not just truckers. Oh yeah, Hatman doing the wiggle wiggle emotes. Oh yeah. Hey look, my turn signals are normal now. It was the realistic roads. And I backed out of here the wrong fucking way. Seriously, I can't talk and drive. I have to talk to Alan. Something is up with his truck right now. Can we get better light on server and ATS? That is a good question. Hi Carol, welcome to the stream. Norwegian Brad, that's an awesome question. Let me talk to Lady and see what's up. I know it gets dark. and it gets really dark on the dedicated server. Oh, Kira's coming in. Thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate that. We you put a good mod in SCS mods. Okay, I will definitely take a look at that. I'll talk to Lady, and we'll see. I know you guys absolutely dislike driving in the dark. I do not blame you. Lady loathes it. I understand. I'm only doing it here because I'm lazy and don't feel like changing time. But plus the trailer has all those tree lights on it, so I'm doing the contracts. So. Well, I'll definitely look into that Norwegian. Well, absolutely looking at it, because like I said, I know driving at nighttime can be a real pain in the butt. What am I doing? See, y'all didn't see that. I don't know if anyone likes driving in the dark, Carol. I just don't. Shh. You didn't see that. Hush. There's a Steam mod we can use for time. The thing about using Steam mods for time, or using mods for time, I'll tell you, is it may trip something. What I mean by that, it might trip something in Trucksbook. So we'd be much better off. Hang on. We'd be much better off combating the problem of it just being too dark. That's the way to do it, Karos. It really is. Your brightness set to 70, 75. I don't blame you. I don't know what mine is actually set on. I couldn't tell you. See, look, the stop signs are already back up, Karos. Like, the road crews out here, like, immediately for that kind of stuff. So, no big deal. So yeah, we would be a lot better off just combating the problem of it being really dark, either through a light mod or some other solution. The reason with that is you start messing with the time, stopping time or slowing down time, that may trigger something on Trucksbook that they don't like. I don't want to get anybody in any kind of position where, you know, they're like, oh, hang on a second here, I got this load taken away because time stopped. Because time stopped or whatever. Hackman's on the sim server. Mr. Brave Soul that he is. But I will definitely look at that mod, Norwegian, and I will let you know. I will let you know as soon as possible, for sure. Because I want you guys to have fun. I want you guys to enjoy your time, especially on the dedicated servers. I mean, you know, that's for you guys. You know, that specifically is for you guys, Lady Bear Truckers. You know, that's the whole point of having the dedicated servers, is that, you know, we have somewhere where we can go anytime we want. We can log in, we can drive, and, you know, I want you all to have a good time. So if you're not having a good time because it's too dark, then, you know, that's an issue. And like I said, I know Lady absolutely detests driving in the dark. It's not my favorite thing to do. I know a lot of people, for various reasons, don't like driving in the dark. And if I wasn't delivering these Christmas gifts in this particular trailer, truck also seems to do better when it's in gear. In case anyone was wondering. Like I said, I'll take a look at that after the stream. We'll get something worked out. Rest assured, something will be done to satisfy you, Norwegian. It may not be the best possible solution, but it will be satisfactory. And really, it's too dark. I mean, that's one of the bigger complaints for TMP, where we're not able to change the time. That it's just too darn dark. I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm driving through the city right now with all these lights, and the darkness is just, well, I mean, but it is what it is, you know. But yeah, I totally agree. It's a little too dark most of the time. Not just a little too dark. It's too dark, too dark. So glad I'm not looking at boxy taillights anymore, though. That's for darn sure. We are headed to Alamogordo from El Paso. I think this is trip number 12 on the World of Trucks contracts. I'll have to look in, I can't remember. I think my coffee is done turned off. It's cold by now. Hatman man with the emotes. Um, that's a really nice emote, that truck. Speaking of emotes, I will be making some changes to mine. I'll try to get to it this week. Get around to editing them, making them possibly more readable, more usable to everybody. Trying to get maybe subscriber emotes as well included, so that those of you with subscriptions have something something you can show off, basically. So, like I said, if I get around to it, I'll work on them this week. I plan on streaming, several times this week, including Friday night for the Friday night convoy, obviously. Today's just Tuesday, so got plenty of time. Well, we've trucked all night, folks. Sun's coming up. They couldn't have pulled up just a little more. I guess the truck is going straight anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, there we go. That was a smooth turn, right? Getting better. Kinda, sorta, maybe. The bus is doing something really slowly. I love these little short trips when I'm doing the contracts, like I said. You get them done so quickly that you're just knocking them out left and right. I just realized I don't have any hood mirrors on my truck. That would have been helpful in that situation right there. Alamogordo. Little city is infested with red lights, though, I'll tell you that. That apparently don't change. we go. One more done. Just need to do 2 more. I'm going to go jump to the repair shop real quick. I did not realize that I did not have hood mirrors on my truck, which obviously come in handy when you've got traffic. Now we gotta adjust them. And I just realized I've got the new style mirrors on here as well. That's fine. As Bill would say, it's not that serious. Alright, 2 more loads for the World of Trucks contract, so let's get that done. Gordo to El Paso. Well, we've been in El Paso already 3 times. Alamogordo to Lubbock. There we go. Let's do that. Still a little bit longer of a trip, 287 miles. So. Making sure I'm not running over anybody. You have AI traffic has a bad habit of getting on your side and not passing you. I turned too quickly. Y'all didn't see that. headed to Lubbock, Texas. If I'm not mistaken, was the home of one Mr. Buddy Holly. That's the kind of useless information that you guys come to my stream for, I know. Because, I mean, who doesn't need some useless trivia floating around their head every now and then, right? Well, I'm having a tough time catching that third gear. We'll stop get fuel after this load. I should have enough, more than enough actually, to finish these runs, but I'll top the tanks off for the next time that I want to use this truck. So, as I've kind of hit that point just now, different trucks, obviously. Some are set up for older trucks contracts, you know, no save edited fuel, stock, or stocky-ish, anyway. It's always a good idea to have a truck like that, at least in my opinion is. That way I'm not having to, you know, mess with my main rig. It's just like having additional profiles, you know, profiles with mods, profiles without mods, and maybe a profile for TMP, so. Since it is the new year, and I know some of you do this anyway regularly, back up your profiles every now and then, especially if you don't use the Steam Cloud, which I don't, for various reasons. One, because I use, or have used, the easy. I use the Truckin dispatch from time to time, which I don't think you can do that with Steam Cloud enabled. So anyway, back up your profiles. And it's in your Documents folder, ATS, or ETS2 for that matter, depending on which game you're talking about. Your Profiles folder, you know, just right-click, copy it, put that somewhere on another drive somewhere where it's safe. Maybe do that once a month, once every couple months at least. That way if something happens, you know, you've got a backup to get back to it. So, you know, a lot of the Tech Talk channel is filled with that kind of stuff, like, you know, hey, my profile, I haven't played for a while, my profile is gone, I've got to start over, what have you. You know, just a little preventative maintenance here and there, folks, that's all. And for some reason, there was a 35 mile per hour zone. I'm stuck behind a state trooper. On a 2-lane road. Who obviously is going to obey the speed limit. Frosty9, Happy New Year, buddy. I haven't seen you for a while. Lady was just talking about you last night or night before last. Hadn't seen you for a while. I'm assuming that you've been spending time with your friends and family during these holiday days. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a good New Year. And obviously, when I say Merry Christmas, I mean all of the holidays, not necessarily Christmas. Not everybody celebrates Christmas, I know. See, I told you. Well, come on, State Trooper, just get out of the way, dude. Just come on. Oh, Frosty, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I hope you get to feeling better. Oh, me too, Flu. Me too. If it's got food involved, like, I'm down. Like, I'm just saying, if aliens ever invaded Earth, I'd be like out there, be like, yo, what y'all bringing? Because as long as it doesn't look nasty, like, hey, let me try it. I'll eat some of it. What kind of cuisine are you bringing from Planet Zexor 3 or whatever? Let me know. Hook me up. You got some barbecue? Yeah, if the holiday has food associated with it, like, I'm down. July 4th, hot dogs, hamburgers. Oh yeah, hook me up. Thanksgiving, Christmas, fudge, chocolate desserts, ham, turkey. Like, man, I'll celebrate your holiday with you. Just let me know. Oh, lady, thank you for the shout outs. Yes. I've been failing that. I should have been alt tabbing and doing that for those guys. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Frosty, I do mean it. I do hope you do feel better soon and quickly. And lady, I will echo her. We have missed you around here. Just figured you were, well, yeah. I'm I'm sort of obeying most of the traffic laws. We won't go so far as to call it a full simulation, but I'm stopping at red lights. I'm playing with traffic. Yeah, yeah, you know. We won't go so far as to say that Rex is obeying every of the traffic laws currently on the server or in the game, but he's doing several of them anyway. Trinite is going to work. See you later, Trinite. Thank you for dropping in and chatting. Yeah, we just kind of figured, lay in myself. Like I said, Lady had mentioned that she hadn't seen you for a while. And I said, well, he's probably hanging out with his friends and family. It's the holiday season. Like I said, very sorry to hear that it's you're not feeling well. I hear you about the low key stuff as well. Like, just chill. You know what I mean? I'm not even using the red light mod, and I think these things are too long. Boy, I tell you, I'm having trouble with that third gear every single time. Like, I'm grabbing every other gear perfectly, but that third one is just eluding me. Red light, red light, red light, red light. Yeah, I'm going back to what Flu said earlier. If your holiday involves food, yeah, I'll celebrate it with you. I do like my food. And this is why I'm not doing full simulation Frosty, because I am I'm busting the speed limit right now. You're a good Flu. You're the good twin, then, is what you're saying, Flu. It's your evil twin that we have to watch out for. Hey, there's some pump jacks. Looky there. Didn't know what those things were called. I knew they were oil wells, but I'll keep it on the road. I'll try anyway. Hey, y'all didn't see that. Stupid reading chat. No, no, Frosty. Never, ever. Haha, that's not here. I don't have that command here, Frosty. You have no power here. You gonna manually keep track? That might be a job, I'll just tell you. That might be a full-time job, actually. Start manually counting my crashes that I get into. What? You can't be making numbers up. That's averaging over 50 a day, and it's only the third day. Well, that red light did not last long at all. Lady, you can't count the ones that we do in the dedicated server. Think I've got a lot of miles? You go look at in-company stats, sir. Kissimmee and Dillon, I think Balbiv. Hey, that's a cool car. I mean, it's just a yield sign. I have more than you. Hey, fair enough. I've got several miles already this month. Granted, I'll take that. But still, 154 crashes? Like, really? How bad of a driver do you think I am? Okay, please ignore the car, failing to yield there. What you want to bet this bus turns to the left? Okay. I got out of there without actually hitting anything. Kind of surprised. 154 crashes. I have been putting in the miles. I feel that way at the start of every month. Like, I just want to just absolutely rush and get that grizzly. I just want to get it out of the way and get it done. Like I was saying last night, flew. And after that's done, then I feel like I can slack off. Drive. You drive when you want to anyway in Lady Bird Trucking, but you know what I mean. There's no pressure then to, I'm not waiting till like the 28th or something and being like, oh, I need, 10,000 more miles. go ahead and get in this lane because I figure I'm going to need to anyway. So. But after I get to Grizzly, it'll slow down a little bit anyway. See, I chose wrong. I chose poorly. Oh, Frosty's turning me into Lady Bear Trucking for all the crashes. Well, Lady seems to think I'm averaging 50 crashes a day for the new year. Boy, y'all's opinion of me is just really low. I guess that's my fault though, so really can't blame you. Well, that's true. You didn't actually state that, did you? I love the fact that this car passed me and then slowed down. This is just a stop sign? Really? Looks like that could have been easily a place for a red light in Texas. Right? What the fuck? Hey, we're gonna have, a 3-lane intersection, 4 ways, but we're just gonna put a stop sign. Y'all figure it out. It'll be cool. We'll have an ambulance standing by. Actually, we'll have several ambulances standing by, just in case you need them. Off chance. Really don't know what they were thinking with that intersection. Like that's, kind of mystifies me. Yo, it's too much to run electricity out here in the middle of Texas, so we'll just put the stop sign up and y'all obey it. It's cool. That was the intersection in the movie Castaway right there. Aloha, Mr. Hawaiian Bear, aka Bushwhacker. Farm machinery on the road. Yep, looks about right. One more. I am gonna quit travel to Lubbock. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and if I pick up a load from here or going somewhere, I have to drive 100 miles just to pick it up. On lunch break. Yeah, I thought I'd give the people what they wanted, you know. Yeah, I thought I'd stream a little bit this morning. All right, last load going from Lubbock to Amarillo. Oh, the contribution. Pardon me, I can't read. The contribution of these cities for this job towards the community goal is complete. Why not find a cities to deliver gifts from to? Well, game. Okay, we will do that. Lubbock, I don't want to do that too long. Let's quick travel somewhere else then. Christy? The lady is lurking. Lurking the stream. Let's see what we got from here. There we go. Corpus Christi to Brownsville. Definitely do that. Lady, what are you talking about? Did I miss something in chat? I'm sorry. Of course, the police car would have to come out right there. Hey, no car, it's my turn. Well, screw you. It's my turn. Okay, hitting the police officer. Dude, I don't know what you're doing. So hitting the police car was absolutely my fault. Because I didn't even look that way because the road ended right there. Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, Bushwhacker. Oh yeah. Some of those roads are interesting as well. Like the ones getting into Vernal and coming out of Vernal, going over to Fresno. Yeah. Yeah. Good times. Should be fun. Get hooked up here. Reinflate the airbags on that truck. The parking lot's bumpy. Bajarn. Hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. Let's see what I'm doing. Well, it's semi-interesting. See what I did there. I'm finishing up the World of Trucks contract jobs. I know I still got plenty of time, but it's the res built, so yes. I think these are the 8-inch angled bullhorns or bullhorns high. I am not. No, I'm on single player. Bajarn. Me too, Bushwhacker. Uh, it's perfect for that right there. Try to miss my turn. Oh, thanks for the follow. Thank you, Bizarre. Appreciate that. So while I was looking back there, I missed my turn. We're going to do something stupid. Probably a good idea, probably. I'll use the breakdown lane. I won't interrupt anybody. You only follow legends. Well, there are a lot of bear streamers that are legends, so several of them are in the chat. Look, we'll do this here. Look, Frosty. That was easy. Back on track, back on the right way here. Goes down the one lane, of course. Seven months. 7 months, 6 days, and how many hours? 18 hours. Drive all night and tomorrow, yeah. There's no rush. Don't push yourself. You drive as much as you want to, or drive as little as you want to. First hour of streaming, yes. That sounds about right. Hi, Lady Bear. Hi. Well, good luck, sir, for your bronze bear status. Seven months, 5 days, 22 hours. Oh, lady's got all of you beat. 7 months, 8 days, 16 hours. I guess you would be the longest, Lady Bear. Because it's kind of your fault that I'm streaming to begin with. I kind of figured you guys were really close in time. Because y'all, really showed some appreciation on my first stream, coming in here and following immediately. And like I said, I do appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, Frosty just in between you and Bushwhackers, just literal hours, though, right? Many more. Well, I'm gonna try. Probably, and that's probably why hers is that long. The very first test stream to see if this is all working like it should be. Matter of fact, she might be the first follower. $72,000 miles. Wow. Oh yeah, just 28 away. So close. So close. I love that you guys and gals uh, push yourselves in that regard. And I'm not saying that you need to. I'm just saying y'all have a goal in your head. You have a goal in your mind that you want that next. You want that next tag. Think so, huh? Drive all night, huh? Well, I'll tell you, I'm chasing my own this month. Not just Grizzly, which I'm chasing that every month, but I am after my ultimate bear tag, and last night I was like 69,000 away after I finished driving last night. So tactical plan, gotta put in action. What's really awesome about that, Bajarn, is I know you haven't been here, what, 2 months, something like that? Maybe 3? And you've already got that many miles. Like, that's amazing to me. You guys are just absolutely killing this. Like, you're putting them in so many miles. You're so excited about these tags and rolls. I love it. It's like so exciting. You're in there somewhere. Aloha, Bushwhacker. Thank you for dropping in, sir. In Bushwhacker's honor, I'll be doing a heavy haul in just a few minutes. Coffee and Dr. Pepper. That'll that'll definitely keep you awake. Definitely keep you awake. And there we go. I think that's load number 15 for this World of Trucks contract. Yes, it's done. Christmas Reflections 15 to 15. Cruising Texas has been done for quite a while now. So I'm going to jump out back to my launch pad. I'm going to re-enable that double low voice mod because that wasn't the one causing the light issue. We'll do a heavy haul. Something to make Bushwhacker proud. I don't know, man. Just whatever the mood hits me, man. I have no idea. I am. I really don't plan anything. I just kind of go with it. Okay, we re-enabled that mod. I'll switch to my heavy haul truck. Like I said, this next load will be in honor of Bushwhacker and his fascination, his desire to do heavy hauls. Detected there since I did add a mod or activated a mod. Not already added, but activated. Here with you all. I want to mention a couple of things. One, Friday Night Convoy, obviously, every Friday night. I am hosting this week. Bushwhacker had it last week. It's my turn. Info is in the Bears Den Discord, exclamation point Discord, weekly Convoys channel. All the pertinent information is there. That'll be at 6:30 this Friday on the arcade server. Okay, the arcade server. Because we are hauling for a couple of trips will be tankers, so that should be interesting, especially with the routes that are chosen. It's standard GPS for all three, but the game picked the routes and I just let it do it, so it's fine. Another thing I want to mention is Coffee and Trucking with me, Lady Bear. Every Saturday at 9 a.m., Lady Bear will stream and we'll have lots of things to talk about, lots of fun things to talk about. So please tune in for that as well. If you're new to the stream, haven't been here before, Lady Bear Trucking is a VTC that plays ATS and ETS2. A lot of other games, Division, World of Warships, World of Tanks. Oh man, just lots of stuff. But if you're not into VTC and you play ATS or TS2, LadyBirdTrucking.com. And if you are into VTC, still join the Discord. Come in, hang out with us. We absolutely love having visitors. We love having people to drive with. Feel free to hop in, chat with us. Oh, yes. Maybe the most important thing, at least recent updates. Lady Bird Trucking has 2 ATS dedicated servers. The mods for those and the links to those can be found in the Discord. Thank you, Hatman, for that link. Appreciate that very much, sir. The other server for ATS is a vanilla server. There are no mods. Both servers do have optional mods enabled. So if your favorite mod is optional, then you can use it on the server anyway. So, hey, there you go. Why not? I will also add that Lady Bird Trucking is looking to add ETS2 dedicated servers very soon. We will get that taken care of, so we hope to have dedicated ETS2 servers. Should be a lot of fun for that as well. So I'm going to switch over to my heavy haul truck. And we'll do a heavy haul load. I'll grab my trailer as well. My double lowboy trailer. The trailer manager here. Let's see. Woodland triple. There's the triple. I don't want that one. We want the double. Where's that? Ah, there it is. Perfect. Use it. Let it hook up here. Been attached. Perfect. Oh yeah. Oh yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir. Now let's get us a load. Job market, cargo market. Something not short, but you know, not too long either. How about that? Bulldozer, 2 times the weight, 160,000 pounds. We can do better than that, all right? We can do better than that. There is a transformer, 247,000 pounds. Where's that going? This one's going to Houston to Jackson, Mississippi. Let's do this one. 247,000 pounds. We'll do that one. From Houston to Jackson, Mississippi. I love the dev cam. Nom 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 nom. We're hooked up and ready to go. We got to swing out so we can get through this narrow little gap here. I turned too quickly. I'm not going to be able to get out of here with these two trailers. Just enough room. So let's put ourselves on the road. And somehow managed to get behind the barrier. Hauling double transformers, as you see there. Actually, I'm going to change the time as well. Y'all, hang on. Let me change that. Change it to 5 a.m. so it's still dark, but it'll get light here really soon. And again, I forgot to put hood mirrors on the truck. So hopefully nothing comes up beside me and hangs out, which they probably will, knowing the AI traffic. So double transformers, they're regular weight, so it's 124,000, obviously. But there's two of them, so it's 246.9, it says, according to Truckin. I think the game rounded up to 247. We want to stay right here anyway. So I'll stay in this lane. Turn my beacons on. I didn't even look to see how much fuel I had before I even started this, but it looks like I had a full tank, so. We'll hammer down here, slowly get up to cruising speed. Supposed to take that exit back there. Oops. I go all the way up there and turn around and come back. Oh, the roads in Texas are so confusing. How about we just do this? How about that, huh? Instead of going up there and turn around and coming back, we'll do 2 lanes. Oh, she's wobbling. Set it to 75. Let cruise control take over. Watch the road. Watch the road. Look at all this traffic. So heavy hauls require a bit more skill. Well, you've got to pay attention a lot more when you're doing a heavy haul. Bushwhacker would tell you this if he was here. Um, it's not like a lot low where you can just fling it around the corners and the exit ramps and what have you. It requires some patience, some ability to judge turns and such. The real heavy stuff can be a challenge. My steering wheel is in the way. There we go. And they're fun to do. I mean, I don't do a lot of heavy hauls, and male that drives with me knows that. But I do like doing them occasionally. I prefer doing them in single player, or at least with mods. I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of them being heavy, but still. Lots of clicking. Lots of clicking. So on my wheel, I've got my right pedals set up to shift from low range to high range. So like I'm in 6L right now. Now I just went up to 6 high, which is actually 14th gear. And you hear me click then again. So the next time I shift, I'll go into 7L. And there it is. Click again. Get my res back up to about 1900 and then shift. I'm going to go into 7 high, which is 16th gear. And then my left paddle, and that was my right paddle, my left paddle goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, left paddle, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it changes the range of, and I may be using those words wrong, but you take my meaning. So, it changes the gear set. 1, 2, 3, 4, left paddle, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the right paddle does, 5L, 5H, 6L, 6H, and so on and so forth. And that's with my shifter and the option set to 18 speed in the options menu in game. This particular motor with this particular truck, shifting happens about 1900 RPM, so I get close to that. And you can hear the engine wind out there. The game gives you, audio clues to when to shift. It tells you. and the engine winds up, winds up, winds up. You know, you can hear it gets louder, it gets, you know, kind of stretched out. Okay, that's going to go into 7H, which would be 16th gear. And there we go. So in addition to having, you know, Truckin, which gives me a visual representation of when I should shift, you know, I also listen to the sound of the engine, and I know it's time for me to shift. Now going down a little harder, downshifting is a little more difficult. Wow, it takes forever to stop with a heavy load. But when the engine starts trying to bog down as you're slowing down, then you know it's time to downshift and get the revs back up. See, now they put a red light at this intersection, thankfully. It just takes forever to get through it, apparently. Oh, that was decently smooth anyway. It probably could have been smoother, but wasn't too bad. I'm getting this right lane because I'm slow. And of course I chose poorly again. Customer expects delivery soon. I forgot I had that advanced time. that's why that appeared. Well, according to Truckee, we'll be there in 16 minutes, which is probably closer to 12 or so. Fan, don't do it. If y'all just going to pokey doke along, then I'm going to pass you. 1900. Shift. Oh yeah. So I'm hauling double transformers, which is a option with the um, double low void trailer mod that we currently have. And it's actually enabled on the modded dedicated server that Lady Bird Trucking has. So you get an option of hauling, these really, really heavy haul loads. I mean, this isn't even the heaviest thing that you could haul. You could actually double the weight. Like some of the cargo is double the weight. So instead of being 246,000, it'd be almost 600,000. I said it's a challenge. We're always looking to challenge ourselves in the Bear's Den, whether it be with milestones and miles, or monthly grizzly, or heavy hauls, or tankers, or just whatever the case may be. Steam achievements. I know a lot of people do that. They really enjoy the Steam achievements, completing those, especially when a new DLC drops. One thing about the heavy hauls is getting up to a cruising speed will take you miles and miles and miles. It's certainly different than hauling light loads, and by light loads I'm kind of referencing bushwhacker. 30,000, 40,000 are light compared to heavy hauls. We'll keep it on my side of the road. I don't know what traffic is doing here, but okay. We'll, we'll go around them. They were just stopped. They were just stopped in the middle of the road. I didn't see a red light there, so. If I don't see a red light, it's legal, right? Just over 200 miles left on this trip. And as you can see, I'm in a hurry to get there, apparently. For one, these vehicles are moving very, very slowly for some reason. But that bus wasn't doing more than 30. This truck is rocking. Yeah. Sorry about that. Every single day, multiple times a day, I get calls from California. The only person that I know in California is Frosty. And Frosty doesn't have my phone number. It's those stupid bots or whatever it is, the robocalls or whatever. Is you calling me? Yeah. Uh-huh. probably blocked I've probably blocked 25 of those numbers, and still every single day, man. And the number's on the do not call registry. I've got it on the do not call, but they don't care. It doesn't matter to them. Better not do that. Oh, jeez. Sorry, Buzz. Oops. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is. And I've answered when it first started. I answered like 2 3, and they're like, "Are you interested in selling the property you have at so and so place, Los Angeles?" And I'm like, "I've never been to LA, and I sure as fuck don't own any property in California." I didn't actually curse at them. If I had property in LA County in general, you better believe I'd be selling it. I don't have any property in California. I don't even have any real estate in Kentucky. But the first, I don't know, like I said, 3 or 4 calls were all, "Hey, are you interested in selling your whatever at such and such address in San Diego or LA or where it was at?" It was the first one was LA. I'm like, "I don't own any property out there." I don't think it works. I really don't think it works. Uh, because I've added the number. Well, gee, what car? I've added the number, and I go and check. The number is on there, but I still get calls. Yeah, yeah, uh huh. Yeah, that's a real possibility there, Frosty. Um, and I know after so long, you have to renew it. But I'm talking about it's only been 2 years at the most since I added the number. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I was getting a lot of the car warranty things as well, and I mean everybody was getting those. I mean that was such a huge ordeal that that became a meme. But I haven't gotten one of those in a long time. But every single day, at least once a day, usually twice or 3 times, I'll get a call from a California number, and it aggravates the fire out of me. Like I said, as far as I know, Frosty, you are literally the only person that I know in California. I don't know of any other bear that lives out there. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I mean, I continue to block them. eventually, I'll just block every number in California. So, hey, that'll take care of the issue for at least a couple of days. I know I'm dropping about that, and you guys are experiencing the exact same thing. It, you know, getting robocalls and telemarketers and whatever. The telemarketers, I used to be really grumpy with them when I answered the phone, and it was them. Now I don't even, if I don't recognize the number, I don't even answer. So, I've learned that little trick right off the bat. Secondly, like I was starting to say there, telemarketers, I used to get really grumpy with them, and then I don't know, something kind of came over me, and I realized they're just working. They're literally just working, trying to put food on the table, pay their bills, whatever. Because they're inconveniencing me, because they're being annoying to me, doesn't give me the right to be grumpy back at them. They're just doing their job. Like I said, they're just trying to make ends meet, put food on the table, put food in their bellies, whatever. So, I just, if I do happen to answer a call and it is a telemarketer, it's just, hey, thanks, I'm not interested, see you later, hang up. Like, I don't even give them a chance to, whatever. Let them hang up and get on to the next number. Don't leave them alone, don't string them along, whatever. Hang up, let them get your number out of their queue and then go on to the next one. But, the robot calls are the most annoying because, they're just randomly dialing numbers till they find one. Like I said, those car warranties, I'm running out of fuel. Those car warranty ones were the worst. I was getting multiples of those every day. And I think everybody was getting those. Well, I thought I was on a full load of fuel when I started this trip. Maybe I wasn't because I'm already running out. And it's drinking it too, man. It's like, well, it's disappearing fast. Matter of fact, I don't know if I'm going enough actually to get to the destination. No way it's disappearing. I've only got 70 miles to go. It says I can go 220 miles, 220 miles, 217 now, but I don't know if that's going to be enough or not. I think I'll have to actually stop and get fuel. Yeah, phone calls is one of those things you've got to do, put up with, whatever, because you have a phone. It's just like having a mailbox. It's, cell phone robocalls are the modern day equivalent of junk mail, which you still get. Well, that's not going anywhere either. So your mailbox is full of junk about medicines and healthcare plans and whatever. Gotta sort through a pile of mail just to get something you're actually interested in looking at. I'm rocking like a boat here, wobbling back and forth. "22 miles. So just before I end the stream here, because this will be the last trip for the day, for me, but on stream, obviously, I will mention again Coffee and Trucking with Lady Bear every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time. Potentially starts earlier than that, but that's the scheduled start time. Y'all drop in and chat with us, see what's going on, hear kind of a week in review sort of deal, I guess. It's been a lot of fun the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's an absolute blast, driving and talking and trucking. Like I said, that's Coffee and Trucking every Saturday with me, Lady Bear, at 9 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, the Friday Night Convoy every Friday, anywhere from 6 to 6:37 p.m. Central Time. Everyone's welcome to that. Information is always posted in the Barrington Discord, the Weekly Convoys channel. And I will once again mention the challenge that began on January the 1st, which this year will be the 1 million challenge. 1 million miles in Lady Bear Trucking non-speeding. You've got 12 months to do it in, so you've got all the way up to December 31st. Get 1 million miles in Lady Bear Trucking. And of course, when I say miles, I mean kilometers, or a combination of both. So, you can do 500, whatever the case may be. I don't know what you thought you were doing. I mean, really. You pull it out there, stick your nose out in the intersection there. You saw the trailers, you saw the truck. Well, if you do not see me again, which I plan on streaming later this week as well, maybe tomorrow morning, probably going to be Thursday morning instead. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'm not really a big planner. It's just kind of a wake up and see if I want to kind of deal. But I tell you, I will definitely be streaming Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time for the Friday Night Convoy. I'll probably start streaming about 5:30, 6 o'clock myself, get everything set up, ready, get a load, get ready to go. But yes. And there we go. Oh, crud. I went a hair too far there. There we go. Perfect. There we are. Double transformers in a heavy haul truck. Didn't roll it or flip it once. How about that? So y'all have an awesome day. Thank you all for hanging out, coming in, chatting, the emotes. Very much appreciated. Thank you Norwegian Bear for the gifted subs. Thank you Wombat for the follow. Appreciate that. I will see you all later. Have fun. Take care of yourselves. Frosty, hope you get to feeling better soon. And I am out. And as Bushwhacker would say,